like I said, I look back at a lot of things I said, throughout the years, about 4 or 5 years ago on Facebook and shit like that. And I stood on it. I still stand on it today. You know what I'm saying? About old neighbors like what Walter used to do, what other neighbors used to do. I stand on all this shit. You know. I really do. And I don't apologize when it's the truth. It really is. And it's women that I have dated in the past that they think I owe them an apology. I'm gonna be honest with you, they really think that I owe them an apology. And me, I'm one of those type of people that I grade how you treat me. I grade all of it. And you don't know, it's like a lot of people think they know what's in my head, and 9 from 10, you can be 100% wrong. You can be 100% wrong. It's one of those things that, let's just say that, you know what I'm saying, while you pretty much say one thing and do another. I'm literally grading this shit in my head. I'm like, okay, well, that means that she is a habitual liar. You know, or this person is showing signs they don't want to do it. They're just trying to pacify you to shut you up. Okay, prime example. One girl gonna sit there and tell me this one time. She said, you know what I'm saying, do you want kids? I said, yeah, I want kids. And she gonna sit there and say, well, every time you had sex with me, you always took out. And I was dead honest with her. I was dead on with her. I said, the only reason why I kept taking out, you know, when I get the orgasm and everything, is because I feel though that you're not the one. You showed me signs of you're not the one. She said, what you mean by that? Okay. Who want to have a physical bond with somebody that is a egotistic maniac? When it comes down to things that you do, you don't admit you're wrong at all. If the sky is blue and it's sunny outside, you don't accept it. You will sit there and say, well, it's gonna rain. It's gonna be a purple rainbow and it's gonna rain. Which it don't. It's like 89 degrees outside, sunny day, this and that or whatever. And you is one of those type of people that you can't admit you're wrong. I'm gonna say it like this. Some women can admit they're wrong, but there's some women out there that they just love to debate. They love to stand on some shit that they can be 100% wrong. And you be looking at them like, okay. You have this mindset of, let's say that, for instance, let's say that you never lost your job in a stimulus package. I remember I've been laid off my job, stimulus package, shit like that. Just imagine that you guys together, and let's say that this woman won the lottery for $100,000. If you have a long-term mindset like myself, you'll be like this, babe. This is what we need to do. We need to find a realtor to get us a good deal on that house. So that way we can go ahead and like literally pay half on it until we can pretty much find out what's wrong with the house and this and that or whatever. We'll put the rest of the money up for a rainy day and stuff like that, kind of work on the house and this and that or whatever. But we still gonna maintain jobs. We gotta make sure this money is just for that big shit like purchasing a house, and that's it. We can purchase a $75,000 house and we're good. You know, we'll hold on to that $30,000 and you know we're good. The woman I end up getting, and like I said before, she thinks microwave thinking. That means I want it now. Okay? The women I get is they will rent a house, spend 75% of the money on their family and friends, and not tell you shit. Then you look at them like, we had over $150,000 on a lottery ticket. What did you spend that money on, babe? Then she will pretty much had this fucked up ass attitude, like we haven't done shit. It's all because of me. What's going on, Sandy? It's all because of me, and it's my money, and fuck you. So, anytime you have somebody is selfish as fuck when they got money in their pocket, and when you have somebody that's humble as a motherfucker when they don't have it, you can kind of tell the real side of somebody. For instance, I am one of these type of dudes that you can put $100,000 in my damn pocket and I'm still the same motherfucker. Only thing will change is my dinner. That's the only thing will change. And me, you know, buying a house and putting the rest of it up and still maintaining the job. I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm gonna work the same job that I've been working in, but I'm gonna say it like this: I'll be doing something, you know, that I want to do, like, you know, being on stage and being a comedian or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe being open to act until, you know, I get my feet wet and start doing my own thing. You know, that's just me. You know, I have that type of talent. Now, when somebody have money, that's the real person. If they treat you like shit, that's that person. That was that person the entire time. I'm serious. It's like the real person always shows. You know what I'm saying? It's like they always say, "Well, money's the root of all evil." No, that person shows his ugly head. It does. It take the humbleness out of somebody, and they can like literally treat you like shit. Like whatever you done for that person is totally obsolete. You can pretty much put a down payment on a car for somebody, and it be totally obsolete. It be like all the shit you done to somebody is like it's like a big ass this to you, like whatever. And I will give you a metaphor of what I'm talking about. If you're a boxing fan, everybody knows the Sylvester Stallone movie Rocky. Rocky 5 ended up coming out, you know what I'm saying, back in 1990. Rocky has fought, at this time, Rocky has fought everybody. He done fought Apollo Creed, he done fought this, he done fought that. Rocky has always maintained his, you know what I'm saying, his persona. He always maintained it, you know, because the thing is or whatever, you know, he turned from rags to riches. And then when Rocky 5 hit, he turned from riches to rags. Because he had to move back to his old neighborhood, and he had to sell off all his stuff because he gave all his money to power of attorney. Okay? And Adrian stuck with Rocky through the entire shit. From time that he got that title shot from Apollo Creed, all the way to the time of, you know, they broke, and you know what I'm saying, he ended up having to go ahead and work for the gym that his trainer Mickey used to own. You know, Mickey died in Rocky 3, you know what I'm saying, from fighting Clubber Lang with Mr. T. He ended up getting it, and you know what I'm saying, his wife Adrian ended up working back at the pet store. If you seen from the first beginning of Rocky all the way to now, you know what I'm saying, because you know Adrian supposedly dead on Rocky 6, you know, Rocky Balboa. Long story short, Rocky always been that dude. He always been that, you know, relaxed brain, good hearted, you know, fighter from Philly. You know, he always been that person. When he lost his money, he always been that person. Along comes Tommy Gunn. Okay? Tommy Gunn is a real fighter. Tommy Gunn, actually, his name Tommy Morrison. You know, he's Tommy the Duke Morrison. He is the grandnephew, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's the grandnephew of the, you know what I'm saying, the movie star, the Duke, which is John Wayne. You know what I'm saying? The old movie star back in the 60s and 70s, you know. John Wayne used to be the shit back in the day. But him and Clint Eastwood, you know, they used to be the Western kings, you know, when it came down to Westerns. Long story short, Tommy Morrison character was named Tommy Gunn. And his nickname was The Machine. And he was trying to get Rocky to train him. Rocky was kind of hesitant at first because, hey, you know what I'm saying, he was like, well, shit, you know, when I fought, I was never in a management position. I always been the one that been managed instead of being a managing position. Because he ended up retiring because he suffered brain trauma after he fought this guy by the name of Ivan Drago. Ivan Drago is a 6'5" Russian that used to juice, and he punched hard at Rocky 4. He's the one that killed Apollo. That was his mentor. He fucked Apollo up in 2 rounds. And Apollo was way better than Rocky. So, long story short, when Tommy was poor and he was looking for a trainer, he was looking at Rocky, he was humble. Rocky took him in, trained him, they worked out every day, they did all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Rocky started neglecting his son, Robert. Robert turned from, you know, going to a private school to going to a public school. And when you is a son of a famous boxer or a famous person in general, that means you a son of celebrity. When you're a son of celebrity, that means a lot of kids gonna try to fuck with you because they're gonna take a shot at you because of your father. And the jealousy, like, okay, I can't whoop his father's ass, but I can kick his ass. You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy like that because, you know, I was born in a low class neighborhood. They jealous as fuck out here, you know. So it was some bullies picking on Robert. Robert got to a point that, you know, they took Robert jacket and shit like that, but one of the bullies' girlfriend ended up leaving him and started talking to Robert. She was like, well, you know what I'm saying, well, I'm not with them, and, you know, they ain't got no manners and this and that or whatever, and all that other stuff. So she started hanging out with him because Robert had a good heart. While Robert was trying to impress his dad, Rocky was too busy training Tommy. Once Tommy was trained to the point that he started moving up in the card, you know what I'm saying, he started, you know, knocking everybody out or whatever and started moving up in the card, it was a dude by the name of Duke. Duke had a Don King persona. You know what I'm saying? He had a Don King persona. He didn't give a fuck about the fighter. He gave a fuck about what this fighter can make for him. So Rocky and Duke did not get along. They did not get along at all. Even though Rocky was a trainer, he used to always try to tell Tommy, man, we don't need this guy, dude. You know what I'm saying? We can do this shit on our own, this, that, or whatever. But Duke gave Tommy an apartment and put 20 grand in his hand. So it started being a swerve thing going on because remember, Tommy never had no money like this. So he started turning on Rocky. Rocky got to a point that he was, you know what I'm saying, it was a necklace that had the original Rocky Marciano's cufflink. He had a boxing glove on his cufflink. He made a necklace out of it. It's a gold necklace, like 24 karat gold. And he was going to give it to Tommy. Adrian looked at this shit, and Adrian like, no, you gave Tommy enough because, you know, you spent so much time with Tommy to the point that you start neglecting your son. And he never knew that. So while he was training Tommy, Rocky was training. Rocky was training himself. When he got around them bullies, he beat the snot out of the damn bully, got his coat back, and the bully started hanging out with him because, hey, you know, he respect his fighting style. Damn, fight like a dad. So when he got his coat back, he was trying to impress. He was trying to impress his dad, like, Dad, I got my coat back. You know what I'm saying? You know, I told the trash this guy. Hey, you know how Sylvester Stallone is. You know, hey, that's good right over. You know, hey, you know, go and tell your mother. You know, that's good or whatever. Next thing you know, Tommy like, hey man, can you go back to, you know, hey man, you know, that's good. All right, hey, come on, Tommy. You know, he back talking to Tommy. You can see Robert like fuck you, man. That's bullshit, man. You know, I got my coat back, and they ain't good enough for you. And you know, he already mad and all the other stuff. So remember, you know what I'm saying? You know, remember when they lost their money, they ended up staying in a little house. And the thing is, whatever, 2-bedroom, and then they had a basement. And the basement was going to be Robert's room. He gave the basement to Tommy. So Robert had to go sleep with his Uncle Paulie. And Paulie's a drunk. Paulie don't give a fuck. That motherfucker like shit. You know what I'm saying? He was over there eating that table talking, goddamn, I don't change no sheets. And that damn Rocky said, hey, when do you ever change your sheets, Paulie? You know what I'm saying? Paulie was Adrian's older brother. So he was Rocky's brother-in-law. So it was Christmas time. Robert got to a point that he was like, man, fuck Dad, man. You know what I'm saying? He just started, you know what I'm saying? He 12, 13 years old. He just started expressing his opinion. Like, man, dude, man, you lied to me, you lied to Mom, and this, that, or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? You over there hanging out with Tommy. Now you trying to be daddy now to me and this and that, whatever. Man, whatever, man. I'm finna go on here, go to the docks or something. And Rocky was like, well, Tommy need my help. You know what I'm saying? Son, what you expect me to do? Hell, I expect you to be my daddy, but you act like you don't want to do that. And you know what I'm saying? He took off. So Rocky left. Not Rocky, but Robert, he left. And he got Rocky looking like, the fuck happened? Why my son pissed off with me? Like, Adrian, what I do to him? So Adrian goes outside and like, Robert, where you going? I'm going out. When you coming back? Later. God damn. You know your white Italian kids, they talk to their parents any kind of way when they get mad. Long story short, Tommy shows up, and Adrian got that look on the face, like, oh, here we go. Paulie, don't let them come in. So he came, Duke came in with presents and everything. Told me, Caesar's greetings. Oh, the Italian stallion, what's going on with you? So Rocky looking like, hey, Tommy, what you bringing Duke over here for? well, you know what I'm saying, Tommy want to go on, I ain't gonna stay long. Tommy want to go on here, talk to you. Let's put the hustle behind this muscle. I heard y'all ladies, Caesar's greetings. So he strike the fuck out. Remember, at this time, Tommy got an apartment, Tommy got money, and Tommy got a shot at the world title because of Duke. So he said, well, Rock, can I talk to you outside? So Rocker was like, man, cause think about it, you can kind of tell the change that Tommy ended up having because, hey, Tommy got money now. At first you staying in this man's house and he was training you and this and that or whatever to man, it's my way to the highway, man. You ain't got to train me like that. So he started being a dick. And Rocker was trying to explain to him about the boxing business. And it's like that for real. He was like, man, Tommy, we don't need this guy. You know what I'm saying? No, thing is, it's a dirty part of the business. You know what I'm saying? Mickey, which was my trainer at the time, was trying to keep me away from guys like that because these promoters are pretty much make you sign this contract and they take your rights away from you and you know what I'm saying? They take most of your money. They you know what I'm saying? They live over your blood and they suck your ass dry and they you know what I'm saying? They put all the bills and all this shit on you whatever and they leave your ass broke. That's the dirty part of the business, Tommy. You shouldn't do that. So Tommy didn't want to hear all that shit and say, if you want to train me, you can train me. If you don't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm signing the paper with the man tomorrow, and it's my way or the highway. And he drove off. And Rocky, I told y'all, Rocky, you know what I'm saying, got hit in the head a couple times by Ivan Drago. So his head was ringing. And makes it bad about it, he knows that he did a flash. It was a flashback of Ivan Drago hitting Rocky in the head like that. So Rocky was going like this, like damn, I feel like I got hit in the head. You know what I'm saying by what he just said. So Rocky outside with no coat on, and it's Philadelphia. It's cold as shit out there. If you ain't familiar with Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So Adrian goes out there with his coat, and she was explaining like, babe, don't worry about Tommy. You ain't got his heart and this and that or whatever. And Rocky felt like, man, this is bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? I trained this dude. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was gonna give us our second chance, and I retired because of you and because of the kid and all this other stuff. And that's bull. He was going off and everything, He was like, you just don't understand the age of the... So she was like, well, I understand, but babe, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I know what I'm saying? No, he's not you. You're not Mick, okay? Thing is or whatever, Mick, you know what I'm saying? Mick never got pushed into anything. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you listen to Mick, things happen the way it happened. That's all you can do it. But you can't sit there and pass on your legacy to Tommy. You need to pass your legacy on to your son because Tommy don't give a fuck about nobody because he got money now and all this other stuff. So when she said all that, it was like, well, Adrian, I'm sorry for yelling at you and this and that, whatever. So they finna watch the fight in the basement. So everybody is watching this fight. And Rocky, the only person that's excited because, remember, he excited for Tommy because, Tommy going after the world title and this and that or whatever. Remember, Rocky was world champion, but remember, he retired, so he forfeited the belt over. So they made, and the thing is, the original belt that he had was, he actually put that on top of Apollo Creed's coffin. Because, when he got killed by Ivan Drago back in Rocky 4. So, he don't have the original belt anymore. So, remember, he was still champion after he retired. Because it's brain trauma. So, he was walking back and forth like, yeah, man, damn, man, I'm happy to see Tommy doing this, doing that. And Tommy ended up beating the guy. And he was excited. He was like, don't talk about Tommy. Yeah. And then he pretty much said, man, you know, I want to dedicate this fight to my mentor. He said Judas R. Duke. Everybody looked at Rocky like, damn, you did all this for him, and this motherfucker didn't even show you no damn respect. So everybody was trying to trick Rocky up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Rocky finally came to his senses or whatever. He drew a picture of his dad and stuff like that. Said, man, you the real champ and this and that or whatever. So Paulie was like, hey man, let's go to Andy's, man, get a couple beers or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't got to deal with this shit. So thing is or whatever, Rocky was like, all right, well, Robert, you got bedtime, man, and you know, so don't stay up too late because you got school in the morning. And you can feel him just being disappointed. And Adrian felt this shit. You know, your wife can feel when you disappointed. He like, well, I'm gonna go to Andy's and hang out with the fellas and this and that. She's like, well, you gonna be okay? He like, oh, I'm good. I'm just gonna hang out with Andy and them. So Andy's is that bar that they always go to from the first Rocky all the way to now. You know what I'm saying? When Creed came out. So they was at the bar or whatever. They were having a few drinks and stuff like that. And Tommy had a press conference after he won the belt. And everybody said, man, well, your belt was, you kind of a paper champion because you never defeated Rocky Balboa. And he was looking like, man, dude, man, fuck, I got a title, man, right here. They were like, man, dude, you ain't never you fight Rocky. You ain't the champion, you the paper champion. You actually got the belt handed to you without even fighting, you know, the true guy and this and that or whatever. So that shit got to him. And the thing is, Duke ended up putting it in his head and said, man, you got to get Balboa in the ring and you got to assault him, you got to humiliate him. Whatever it is, you got to do what you got to do to get Rocky to want to fight you the next fight. So that way you be the champion. So Rocky ain't studying nobody. He at the bar with his friends, he drinking, and Tommy called him out in the streets. He looking like this, like, man, Tommy, what the hell you doing here? Man, you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm nobody's robot. I'm nobody this. You ain't gave me shit. Da da da. He looking like, man, you want me to throw hands with you, bro? After all the shit you want to do, you the champ. You this, I'm retired, I ain't trying to do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You get up out of here, man. So, basically, whatever, Tommy came in the damn bar and said, man, you gonna fight me? You gonna accept my challenge or what? So, Paulie got involved in it, which is his brother-in-law, and said, you know what I'm saying, which we tell the truth. He said, man, how's not my business? He said, man, get up out of here. He said, man, Paulie ain't your business. Paulie said, man, how the fuck ain't my business? Man, the man spit blood for you, put you in the head of his own family, and trained himself, and you know what I'm saying, and grasped you, and put you know what I'm saying, and gave you a place to stay. You know what I'm saying, he a real champ, you the goddamn joking. So Tommy fucked around and dropped Paulie. That's what drove Rocky right there. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Left alone, looked down, looked at his ass. Knocked him down. Why don't you go try to knock me down? He like, what? Oh yeah, what's going on? He said, Tommy gonna own the fights in the ring. Shit. Rocky said, well, my ring's outside. Them motherfuckers, let's do it. So them motherfuckers got the fighting outside. But you know what I'm saying, Rocky Balboa, you know what I'm saying, got beat up first. They got beat up at first, and then he ended up eventually winning. But the story I'm trying to tell y'all is this right here or whatever. You don't know who the real person is in everybody until they get to a position that they don't need you anymore. Me, knows anybody that knows me, I'm always gonna be that same person. I'm never scared to say what's on my mind. I always tell a person how I feel. No matter I'm broke, no matter I'm rich, or no matter I'm living in a fucking trash can, I'm always gonna be the same person. I don't know about y'all, but I know about me. It's your boy Tommy, getting off.